What is that?
Robot fight! There's the dog again. Here it is. My girl. Yeah, I figured they were gonna go in this kind of nostalgic direction with the father.
Hikes and skip rocks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's concerned about losing,
We used to be so
about
connected.
his daughter going to
You know,
college.
you could experience things a whole lot better without that camera.
Dad, this is how I experience things.
I don't think.
Nice filter.
Yes, tomorrow I'm finally leaving for college.
But in the meantime, I made you guys this goodbye video.
You know what? This is our last night together. How about we make 10 seconds of family eye contact? Starting. Put your phone down. Now. No, you're allowed to blink. It's just eye contact.
Finally!
No screens at the table. Lynn, why are you kicking me? I don't understand.
I'm just gonna.
No, look.
This
I'll
scene,
watch
they're gonna
it.
have
It's too late.
quite
Look,
a
I wanna watch
few
it.
technological.
Dad, this is exactly why I'm excited to leave tomorrow.
Katie.
I know you can fix this.
Yeah. Oh, that's what they
Why do you
mean
need all that
when
to
they
take me to
say.
the
Yeah, I
airport?
think that's what they mean
Cancel
when they
your
said they're
plane
going in that
ticket
kind
to
of
college.
Spider-Verse-ish
We are gonna drive
direction.
you to school on a cross-country road
Actually,
trip
I think
as
I
a
could tell a bit
family.
with the frame rate and those expressions as well. Yep.
Behold.
And now
Yep.
I present tricking Rick Mitchell into kissing the dog.
Dang it, Katie! Dang it, Katie!
Hey, Dad, can you check the trunk?
Yeah, sure. Dang it, Katie! Hey, kids, there's supposed to be some great hikes around here.
Just a sec, Dad.
We hear a pal about to drop our biggest invention yet.
Meet the helper bot.
Is that the Eric Andre character? Okay. That looks like.
Mom, what is that?
Robot fight! Oh. High hopes!
Technology.
Hear that song all the time on the radio.
Robots
Yeah, check it
roaming the
out.
streets.
Oh, Tokyo. I'm betting there's gonna be some interesting stuff going down in Tokyo.
The Mitchells have always
Robots.
been weird.
All those appliances going ape shit.
Never do.
That's what makes us great.
Yep, kicking butt.
And we just might be weird enough to save the world.
Of course, they had to have a car flying like like it's in Pineapple Express.
Oh, you licked my tongue.
Woo! Holy, yeah! Oh my God! Whew. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, that is a really great trailer. I feel like I need a second to really collect my thoughts. Excuse me. So hey everybody, Blood and Bobby here. So yeah, what a really great trailer for Connected. So. Yeah, really fantastic. I love the animation. The characters seem... It's a really funny trailer, too, but I also figured they were going to go in this very heartfelt direction. I mean, especially given that you have the producers of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Lego Movie, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, as well as a couple writers from Gravity Falls working on this movie. In fact, one of them... Mike Rionda, who's directing the movie, as well as playing the younger brother character, put them together. I was expecting it's definitely going to be something family related, as we've seen these people have tackled such work in the past, but it's also going to be something really heartfelt, as we saw in that opening when the father is watching those home movies of his daughter back when she's a kid. And I actually could honestly I really started to relate to the dilemma. Like, I don't want to get too much into my personal life, but I know where the father is coming from, especially me. I noticed that as I started to get older, I started to not connect with like my own family as much. I'm trying to fix things up because I started going off and doing other things. I started learning about photography and getting into video games and so forth. So I really related to the father's dilemma, and I mean, this is just speculation, but I am expecting that it is going to be, they're going to have a sort of bittersweet sort of a send-off for the daughter. I believe her name is Katie, because I do think she's going to end up going off to the film school that we heard so much about. But it'll be like a bittersweet send-off. Like, she'll definitely be sad to go from to go off to college and she'll miss her family. I'm sure she'll do things like visit them on holidays and so forth. But I think it's going to be that sort of a thing. And I definitely really like the animation style. It's funny, when I saw, actually, full disclosure, because welcome to the world of social media where you can't always avoid things. I saw that, I believe it was IGN had posted the trailer on Facebook and didn't watch it. It was the kind of thing where it's like, stop the trailer. I have to save it for when I do my trailer reaction. But I was like, this doesn't really look Spider-Verse-ish. But you notice throughout parts of the trailer, it started to get into that Spider-Verse thing where the frame rate isn't like super smooth. It's part of the style, but I noticed that. And also, especially when the characters were getting expressive, like when Katie is back, she's thinking she's gonna head out the door, and you see all those, like, let me back up to that particular scene just before she goes on the camping trip.
Why do you need all that to take?
Yeah, you see, like, the hearts and the little rainbow there. So it's like, yeah, I started to see, okay, this is what they meant when they were going to go in that kind of Spider-Verse sort of style. Not just with things like frame rate, but I'm also noticing, like, in Into the Spider-Verse, for instance, I remember... or they would do some, like, there were certain scenes where they would have little text pop-ups here and there through some scenes. It's kind of tricky to explain. One scene I could think of is there's a scene where Miles Morales falls down and he's screaming, ah! And you actually see the words, ah! as he's falling. Or one of the more humorous scenes is one of the characters, like, throws a bagel in the air and it hits this other character and you actually see the word bagel on top of that. So it's kind of that sort. So it's definitely, so I think that's what they meant. So I definitely really like the animation style they're going. I really should have talked about something I really regretted when I did my first video on Connected where I talked about the premise. I really should have talked about, what do I like about this project itself, not just, they have a couple Gravity Falls writers on it, as well as Phil Lord and Chris Miller are producing this movie. Like, something, I mean, I definitely really like the premise of this movie. I'm kind of curious to see if they're going to make Eric Andre a sort of villain of the movie. I honestly think he could. I mean, this Connected, family-friendly movie, Eric Andre. I mean, not that I want to see him, like, do all the crazy shit he does on his show, which I really like his show, but it's like they can't pull that off in this movie. So I think, especially when he goes crazy, it is like screaming and out of control. I'm kind of curious to see if they're gonna make, like, Eric Andre a sort of villain of the movie. Knowing his acting style and the way he likes to act on his Adult Swim show. And so other things about the movie, I definitely really like this sort of premise. I really like how the title kind of encompasses a lot of things, like how the characters, like the mom, Katie, and her brother, they're, like, getting into, like, smart devices and they're connecting into the social media world and things like that. Like, we saw Katie was using, like, a cat filter on her dad earlier on in the trailer. I thought that was kind of funny. And another thing too, but Connected also comes with this idea that the father in this movie really wants to reconnect with his entire family, and it's definitely a pain in the butt for him because they're on their social media devices, and it seems like what's happening particularly with him and Katie is that they're starting to disconnect, and I don't want to say that they're distancing themselves from each other, but it's the kind of thing where as Katie starts to grow up, she's having her own ambitions. She wants to go to film school, she wants to go to college, and the conflict there is that her dad really wants to really connect with his family because he loves them, he loves his daughter, and that kind of thing. So I thought that was really relatable to, like, this idea of the characters connecting with their smart devices, and the nature-loving father really wanted to reconnect with his family, even if I still expect what's going to end up happening, since it's the reports for this movie have said that in Connected, the family goes on this road trip and on this road trip, they would be dropping off Katie at this new film school. What I think is going to happen is there's going to be a bittersweet send off. I mean, knowing where it's going to go, and it's kind of this idea where I think it's going to be the idea where Katie and her dad, they reconnect, even if that means Katie is starting to grow up and she's going to go off to college. So I think that's the direction they're going for. As is with the rest of the trailer, I thought it was a very funny trailer. I really like where they're going. I was borderline getting those feelings of I really need to see this movie now, so I'm definitely really excited. I really like the work that the creators of this movie have made in the past, and I'm expecting another home run with Connected. So let me know your thoughts down below. I mean, it's funny, I've actually had a shitty day prior to doing this trailer reaction. I said on Twitter I was having technical difficulties getting this whole setup, and I watched this trailer and I really like it. I'm really pleased. I'm really excited where it's gonna go. So hopefully I'll get a chance to see this, just like how me and my friends, when we went to see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse in IMAX. I don't know if we're gonna go IMAX this time, but I'm really interested in seeing this movie. So I definitely think what's going on here is after Into the Spider-Verse became a critical hit and it won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature, and most notably, it was a Sony Pictures animation movie. I mean, not that all Sony Pictures animation movies are bad, but it's like, usually the movies that win the Best Animated Feature Oscar tend to be Disney or Pixar movies. So to see another studio come in, there's been other examples in the past, Shrek, Spirited Away, but to see Sony's movie win, and a really great movie, I might add, I think it made the creators of Connected think, okay, we had a really big hit, we can build on some of the things we did for Into the Spider-Verse and make this whole new movie here. So I'm definitely really excited. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you excited to see Connected? I'm definitely really psyched after seeing this trailer. I think this is probably one of the most exciting trailer reactions I've done in a while, so I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it. So until next time, this has been Blood Moon Bobby, and thank you all for watching. Hi everyone, thanks for watching this Blood Moon Bobby video. Like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos, and ring the bell to be notified about my latest uploads. Don't forget to follow me on social media for my latest opinions and video updates. I hope to see you next time.